come to order at 4 p.m. We are now holding a meeting of the ASI Student Senate. Before we begin with the roll call, I will begin with the land acknowledgement. The Fresno State campus sits in the midst of the San Joaquin Valley, a valley rich in the traditions and representation of Native American peoples and cultures. We are grateful to be the traditional homelands of the Yokuts and Mano people whose diverse tribal communities share stewardship over this land. Thank you for joining me in this acknowledgement. We will now move on to roll call. The Senate Recorder will take the roll call, and please respond when your name is called.
President Saleh. Here. EVP Prado.
Here.
VPF Guzman.
Here.
VPEX Fu. Senator Armstrong.
Here.
Senator Kamling.
Here.
Senator Carrillo.
Here.
Senator Chubanian.
Here.
Senator Guzman.
Here.
Senator Hassan.
Here.
Senator Hernandez.
Here.
Senator Jarvis. Senator Martinez.
Here.
Senator Marcos.
Here.
Senator Ornelas. Here. Senator Pierce.
Here.
Senator Rivera.
Here.
Senator Seavey.
Here.
Senator Singh.
Here.
And Senator Ving.
Thank you, Senate Recorder. There are 15 senators present and 3 executives present. Quorum is met. We'll now proceed to item 3.0, public comment. Public comment is a time for any member of the public to address the Senate on any issue affecting Associate Students, Inc. and or California State University, Fresno. You can either address your concern live during the meeting at the allotted time, or you can send your comment ahead of time via email to asi-vice-president@mail.fresnostate.edu. We will now open the floor for public comment. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to speak. If there is any public comment, please approach the podium.
Hi everybody, I was going to do this at the second public comment, but I got pressured, so no, I'm just kidding. But hi everybody, thank you all for listening to me for a little bit. I'm here as a student right now at this podium, so remove this little logo I have on my chest, and I'm really sorry I ran here. I was running late, so I'm out of breath. But I just kind of wanted to come here and tell you, everybody here, what happened to me yesterday with the petitioners. So yesterday I don't want to say a victim, but I was harassed by the petitioners on campus. I'm sorry, I'm really out of breath. I was actually running here. But I was harassed by one of the petitioners. My girlfriend as well was harassed by the petitioners. They called us names. They called my girlfriend a bruja, which is a witch in Spanish, or in English. They told me to get a job. They told me that just that I had no life and stuff like that. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna cry. I'm actually just I'm out of breath. But yeah, I just wanted to bring it up because I think in absolutely no circumstances it's okay for people on campus to be hurling insults at students. I was at the ASI booth when this all transpired. All I did was let students know that students that I knew know that they were making money off of these signatures. And they responded with hostility, and I just don't think that's okay. I did contact Campus PD at the time, and they pretty much told me that they get calls about this all the time. Especially recently with this semester, they get calls about this all the time. I'm sorry, I'm just out of breath. But they get calls about it all the time, and that it's really just a he said, she said type of deal because there is no monitoring of what these people are talking to students about, or cameras that catch what they say or they do to people, and just kind of going around and talking to people that I know personally. A lot of people do have experiences with these petitioners, and I think it's just ridiculous that there was 10 tables in the span of from the library to the end of the walkway in Memorial Gardens. There's 10 tables this morning at around 1 o'clock, I believe. And I got stopped maybe like 6 times around there. So I can definitely confirm it is an issue. These petitioners are harassing students. These petitioners are borderline harassing because yes, you can ignore them, but there's no situation where harassment and hurling insults is okay at students simply exercising their First Amendment right. It's a freedom of speech, just like what they're doing. So I just, as a student, I know I'm a senator, but as a student, I'm coming to you guys to kind of let you guys know what happened, that this is happening. Amy Allen knows about it. The PD knows about it. And yeah, that's it. I appreciate you guys listening. Again, I'm just out of breath. And yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you for coming to public comment. We appreciate you joining us. Is anyone else here for public comment?
I'll do it now. I was going to do it under campus administration reports. You are correct. He did come to me twice already. This is a huge issue that we're dealing with right now. I can tell you that the folks, the individuals on campus that are soliciting signatures, it's not just at Fresno State. We're hearing from our partners across the CSU that, I mean, we're being inundated. A lot of the campuses, even the community colleges. So we are very aware of it and we're addressing it. Today, we did escalate it to have Fresno State Police Department out at the University Row. And so they're addressing the issues. I myself have spoken to the petitioners, the folks soliciting signatures on multiple occasions. I've told them that while freedom of expression is very, very important on our campus, harassment is not, and it will not be tolerated. So what I'm asking you to do is please share among yourselves and all of your constituents. The QR code is a TPM reporting form. So please save that and share it. And also know that there are resources on campus. My office is upstairs, RSU 314. You're welcome to come and bring me any of the concerns. If you do complete the form, it is anonymous, but it will get routed to me. Also know if your safety is an issue. Please, 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 if you don't already have University Police Department's phone number saved in your phone, please do that now. It's the first number listed there, 278-8400. Please call our police department. Again, it's not okay to be harassed, and it's not okay for your fellow students to be harassed. Also, OCCR is available. Their phone number is listed. If you need any other additional support, regardless of what the issues are, please reach out to the Student Health and Counseling Center. And then also our phone number for student involvement is listed. So please, you're welcome to come to my office, reach out to me personally, or fill out the form. And I can assure you that anyone that sees me walking out there, I'm out there multiple times a day, and I have no issue having a conversation. And then if I need to, I'll elevate it to our Fresno State Police Department. So, thank you. And thank you for coming. Thank you.
Thank you for coming to
You're
public
welcome.
comment. We appreciate you joining us. Is anyone else here for public comment? To go along with it, I added the TPM.
Hey guys, Robert, thank you for bringing up that conversation because I just wanted to add my part to it too, because as someone who works at the library, I now enter through the backside of the library just to avoid the petitioners, because it's gone to the point where they recognize me and they will not stop asking me until I sign a petition. They're like, hey, we know you work in the library, and we know you work, and like it's like low key, like it's kind of freaking me out. So I also 100% agree. Yes, there's tables, but they don't just stay at their table. They're following the students. I see them ask students for a signature, and they will follow them until they give into signing the petition. That's wrong. That is totally wrong. So yeah, thank you for bringing that up, because I was just talking to my coworkers today about it, and it's, yeah, there's tables, but they don't stay at the tables. They're following the students, and they are literally cowering the entrance of the library, the main entrance where students are going to just study or go to their job. And it's like, why are we doing that? So yeah, and I can call out one particular guy too, who's been a really big issue. So thank you for bringing that up, and that's all I have to say.
Thank you for coming to public comment, and we appreciate you joining us. I did want to note that the TPM reporting link is in our Google Drive. If you want to share it with any of your constituents, please feel free to do so. And then, is anyone else here for public comment? Please approach the podium. And you can introduce yourself to the Senate and what you want to present today.
Hi everyone. Sorry, I might be a little out of breath because I saw it was 4:05 and I needed to run over here. But I'm Bianca Palma, and I oversee Spotlight Events, a programming board within student involvement, who puts on many events that I've seen plenty of your guys' faces at. So thank you for supporting us. And of course, we love having our events for you. But my comment was just regarding iHeart Fresno State Week. So we have that coming up in 2 weeks from March 16th to March 20th. Of course, we have a lot of fun things planned for our students, and I messaged Lewis and Maris about the possibility of ASI sponsoring a portion of either our iHeartFS t-shirts or our Stuff-A-Plush, which are both really big hits. We're getting 650 t-shirts and totaling about $5,000 and around the same price for 500 of our Stuff-A-Plush plushies. So, that was it.
Thank you for coming to public comment today. And Senators, if you'd like, you can be in contact with Bianca. I can drop her email in the chat.
Thank you.
Is anyone else here for public comment? We shall now be moving on to action item 4.0, approval of the agenda. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Giovanni,
Motion to approve the agenda.
is there a second? Senator Rivera,
Second that.
okay. Any competing motions? Any abstention, okay, we'll now vote to approve the agenda by voice called vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Any abstentions? The motion to approve the agenda for March 4th, 2026 passes. We'll now open the floor for motions on item 5.0, approval of the minutes. The Senate will review the minutes from the ASI Student Senate meeting held on February 18, 2026. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Camley?
I motion to approve the minutes.
Is there a second? Senator Martinez?
Second.
Okay. Any competing motions? We'll now do a voice call vote to approve the minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Any abstentions? The motion to approve the minutes from Wednesday, February 18, 2026 passes, and the minutes will be adopted. We'll now move forward to item 6.0 reports. The first item is 6.1 campus resource reports. Each speaker presenting a campus resource report will have 10 minutes to address the Student Senate. Are there any campus resource reports? Seeing and hearing none, we'll move forward to item 6.2 campus administration reports. Each speaker presenting a campus administration report will have 3 minutes to address the Student Senate. Are there any campus administration reports? Seeing and hearing none, we'll now move forward to item 7.0, new business. We'll be moving on to discussion item 7.1. President Saul Jimenez Sandoval will provide the campus updates, share key university priorities, and discuss areas for collaboration between the administration and the Student Senate. Senators will have the opportunity to ask questions and engage in dialogue following the presentation. The Student Senate has allocated 15 minutes for this item. Thank you for being here, and the floor is yours.
Thanks for having me. I believe that Carol sent you a PowerPoint. I'm not sure if she sent it earlier or not, but if not, then I can just give my campus report. I'm really grateful to be here with all of you today. I'm gonna start with possibly the biggest news that we've had in a long time, which is that we were reaffirmed, reaccredited from WASC. All of the universities in the U.S. have to get accreditation from a commission, and our commission is the Western Association of State Colleges and Universities. This is WASC. WASC has the power to accredit someone, or not someone, but an institution for 10 years, 8 years, 6 years, 4 years, and if you're really bad, then they call you like for the fall. So in this case, I have the incredible honor and joy to tell you that we have been accredited for 10 years, which is just tremendous. It's huge. We are part of a very small group of universities that have achieved the 10-year accreditation level. So I'm really, really proud of the team who put this together. There was a lot of tremendous work across the campus from faculty, staff, administrators, all of you, also who showed up for that as well. And you can't hear? This is the clicker, perfect. All right, so I will be able to control the clicker. And this was really a collective achievement from all of us. It's the work from faculty and it's the work from staff that really makes this possible. I want to thank specifically the provost and the vice provost for leading this task, as well as Dr. Fraley, who was instrumental in all of this. So with that good news, I'm going to turn to my next slide, which is teaching, innovation, and leadership. Innovation on AI leadership. We are really a leader in AI, and what we've done at Fresno State is we have brought together the resources and the ideas of faculty and staff who are currently applying AI in their respective fields. I'll show you a list of faculty and staff that are leading the way. And this, of course, came about these talks that VP Johori has. And during these talks, then she invites the community from the campus to share the innovative applications of AI that they're doing in their classroom or also in their unit staff. This is sort of like the initial wave of individuals who are leading the way. And then based on this, of course, we will incorporate more and more professors and more staff along the way. What's so exciting about this, though, is that we are going to host a conference on AI that is going to bring together all of the region's higher education partners. So that means that all of the community colleges, all of the CSUs from Bakersfield up to San State, including UC Merced as well, including the for-profits, Phoenix University, for example, National University, are going to be here at Fresno State in this concerted effort to get to know AI more. How do we apply AI in the classroom, in research, for example, and then how do we move forward together as a unit, collectively as a region. So that's slide 3 and 4. Slides 5, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about advocacy. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the governor's budget. The governor in January proposed a budget that had a 5% growth for the CSU. This is really, really important for all of us. We have been cut in the past 3 years. We have cut $19 million at Fresno State. For the first time after these 3 years, we actually have the possibility of growing the university, which is really tremendous. It will be able to focus primarily on faculty and staff salaries, but as well as on everything from research for undergraduates to facilities to everything that you see at the university. So this 5% growth is a significant step in the right direction. And this is the message then that we have. And last week precisely, we were in Sacramento, and you see your president and your executive vice president as well is up there. Both of them came, and they came to Sacramento to advocate for the CSU. And what the message was really clear. We are agents of social mobility. That's very clear. We developed the workforce of California with 130,000 degrees from the CSU. And then, of course, that translates into economic mobility in each of our regions. Without the 6,100 graduates of Fresno State, the region would not be as vitally economically powerful as it is right now. So my message to you then today is the following. That leads into this. You should join the CSU Voices community. Why? Because when you join this is a system-wide, all 22 campuses are represented here. And in this then, what we are going to talk about are the state budget. What happens to the Pell Grant, for example? If the Pell Grant gets cut, what happens to all of our students in Fresno State? There will be a dramatic hit to our population. What happens to policies that are coming from the state and from the federal government that have potential of impacting us or that have the potential of moving us forward as well? So with this, there will be a collective call to action on behalf of the CSU. You have to remember that you have representatives, and these representatives directly report to you. You are getting them there. So if we go to Sacramento, and if all of a sudden 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 of you have advocated for the CSU and for Fresno State, they're going to say, oh, that's that guy with like the 5,000 signatures. I better pay attention. Right? So this is really, really important. I'd like you to sign up and also to have your social circles also go and sign up as well. And that is it. I was going to talk about the Pac-12. Just really quickly with the Pac-12, it's not there. I think Carol took it out. But with the Pac-12, we will be joining the Pac-12 in June, and that means that we will be able to have 100% of U.S. households reach Fresno State. In what sense? Our games will be able to be linear television and not cable and not an app or not anything else. For the first time, that Fresno State's games will be linear television, which means that 100% of the households across the United States will be able to watch our games. Why is this important? It's important for Fresno State? Yes, absolutely important for Fresno State. But it is more important for the Valley. Why? Because we are showcasing in the commercials in between the game, we are showcasing the power of Fresno State and the power of the Central Valley. And I'm going to go back to what I always say. 25% of our nation's food is produced right here. We are critical to national security, and we need to own that in a very concrete way so that we get more attention. With more attention, we get more funding. So with that, thank you for all you do. I will welcome any and all questions that you might have, or statements as well.
Do we have any questions from the floor?
Yes, please.
What is the university doing right now, do you know, to get that link out, and to get students to sign up?
We have extensively promoted that, but it seems like we have not done a good job, Kristen. So we will absolutely think about how to partner with you, possibly with ASI, on getting that link out. That's a great idea. You
Okay.
from marketing will know how to better do it.
For sure.
Thank you.
Any additional questions? Senator Sebi?
I recently saw that the California budget was supposed to be issuing more funds to the CSU system. Do you have any more information on that and how that might look in the next year or two?
So here's the deal. The governor proposes a budget in January, and then there's a discussion period from January to May. And then May comes along, around May 5th, May 10th, May 15th or so. And then you have the revised budget at that point. So the revised budget is actually really important because it's actually what might potentially stick more. So the governor has proposed a 5% growth for the CSU, which for us would be about for the system would be about $300 million. It's a lot of money. And the thing to know about this is that there are two types of funding that come our way. There's the permanent funding, and there's the one-time funding. The permanent funding is what you get for, let's say that your dad gives you $1,000 for your birthday. That's one-time money. But let's say that your dad wins the lottery and then tells you, from this point on, Sarah, I'm going to give you $1,000 a week. That's permanent money. And the permanent money is what actually allows us to plan ahead, to hire, to increase wages. Because if I increase the wages of someone, we need to have that money that is permanently there to secure those wages in the future as well. So that's why this is so important. It is a tremendous amount of money that's on the table that is permanent. It's not one time.
That's good to know.
It is.
I hope it passes.
Yeah. So now it's a time when we advocate for funding for the CSU with your representative like this. And that link is in it. I'll show you exactly how to do it.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Any additional?
With you mentioning that majority of that will go to faculty and staff wages, have you guys looked into the South Valley campus for Fresno State?
So it's comprehensive.
Comprehensive?
With all of that, Senator Hernandez. What I'm saying is that my priority will be the staff and the faculty salaries. But when I say staff and faculty, it is fully comprehensive with all of our initiatives that we have here. And then of course, there's no separation between our campus and the South Valley campus in Visalia. They, across the board, we are equal to them in every way. Yeah, thank you for that question.
Any additional? Senator Sebi?
Follow-up
Please.
after that was, what about kind of rebuilding the numbers of faculty? I know we've lost a lot of faculty
Huge.
over the last few
It's
years.
huge.
Like on the
that is-
priority list.
That is part of that as well.
Okay.
So it's part of repopulating that was confusing by the way.
That's like never happened before.
I was like, I know that your last name is Martinez, but I'm seeing Marcos for some reason. Going back to this though, it is fundamentally important that we hire faculty, but that we also hire staff. We have also lost a lot of staff in a lot of our sections across the board.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Hi, just a quick question. You said that the money was going to go to facilities and other expenditures. Could you clarify if you guys know where specifically that money would be going to already, or is that certain projects that have to go on later?
So my priority right now is our people, and with that, then it would be let me just give you just a really, really brief history of what has happened. Over the past years, the union of the staff, CSUAU, negotiated a 21-step system. I think it's 21-step system. And that means that each system in which you go up one step provides you a higher step and a higher pay salary. This year, that 21-step system was implemented without the funding. And that is crushing to me and to the staff as well. So my main priority is how do we fund the 21-step system for our staff? How do we then go back to the drawing board with our faculty as well? How do we replenish the faculty that we've lost? How do we replenish the staff that we have lost? And then after this, then we will go and see what facilities do we need to address and things like that. Right now we have a pretty strong plan in which we will begin to do all we can to begin to address the most urgent stuff within the budget. So we won't be able to grow as much because we will have to hold back this money in order to address the deferred maintenance that we have. We have about $600 to $700 million of deferred maintenance without counting athletics. This is just on the academic side of the house. And this represents about 15% of the entire system's deferred maintenance. Because we're one of the oldest campuses that was built in the 50s. Because of that, we have had deferred maintenance, back up significantly. But we also have other plans to address that deferred maintenance that are going to come online pretty soon. But primarily, it's going to be the people, and then after the people, then we go to the other areas that I mentioned. Yeah, sure.
Any final questions?
Hi, I had a quick question going with that and the staff and the faculty raises. Is there any advocacy occurring with the CSU Board of Trustees and the Chancellor's Office for that? I know there was the one-time bonus that is still being figured out, and then I know there was the executive compensation, but is staff and faculty going to be next, especially as the Teamsters just went on strike not too long ago?
Yeah, so we have already the staff salary analysis. And based on the staff salary analysis, we were able to come up with that 21-step system. But again, the caveat is that it was implemented without the funding. So we need to fund that first and foremost. And then the second part of that, and that is comprehensive to all the staff, which includes the Teamsters. So the second part of that then includes then a new faculty salary analysis that will come into to the Board of Trustees, possibly in the summer or the fall. So that's the second phase to all of this. Yeah, thank you for that.
Any last questions? Senator Hernandez?
President Saul, so
Yes.
kind of jumping back to the South Valley campus and you mentioning trying to keep faculty and staff, what specific strategies is Fresno State planning to implement to recruit and retain qualified faculty and staff for the South Valley campus, especially since there will be a university center built right
That's
next
right.
to our
I'm
campus?
so glad you mentioned that, Senator Hernandez, because what we have with the College of the Sequoias is a unique opportunity to expand the footprint and the impact of Fresno State in the South Valley. We are the COS's main partner in that university center. We will occupy the main wings of that university center, and we're planning to invest heavily in recruiting faculty who are part of the region or who are going to move into the region, which is the whole point of that, right? What we've done so far is we've been able to retain the Visalia campus going through a mixture of faculty who live in the region, who are from the region and have told us we would rather teach here than at the campus at Fresno State. And then the second part of faculty is faculty who travel to the region. And if you're aware of the South Campus, which I believe you are, it takes about 50 to 55 minutes from Visalia to Fresno one way. So it's about a 2-hour investment that the faculty have to factor in teaching in the South Valley. So what our idea is to actually hire faculty tenure track positions that embedded within the job description is going to be, you must live in the Visalia region so that you are embedded within that community and you're not going back and forth between the Fresno and the Visalia region. So that's sort of like the big, huge plan that we have that I'm partnering with the residents there at COS. Yeah. There was a photo that was taken of us once, and he's actually quite tall, Fred Calvin. And their mascot is the Sequoias, and the tag was a sequoia and a bulldog. So you can just imagine a height disparity between the two.
Any last questions? Okay. Thank you for coming to speak.
Thank
with
you
us.
for having me. Thanks to all of you.
We would normally be moving on to 7.2, discussion item parent scholars. However, our guests weren't able to join us today, so we'll be moving on to item 7.3. 7.3 is budget call presentation. EVP Prado and VPF Guzman will provide an overview of the upcoming budget call, including key dates and procedural expectations. This briefing will also offer guidance on maintaining proper decorum during the budget call process.
This is Budget Call 101. We start off with what is budget call? So this is more so for the departments to apply for funding for different events, supplies, or anything to further experience or education at the stage. So this budget requests from programs and services that uphold and expand and execute the mission and scope of the organization. So what is the mission and the scope of the organization? So I should pass out these papers before I start reading. So there's 2 codes to follow. So there's the title B and then the mission statement. So if you just take one each. So I would keep these with you because they'll be useful to for when we actually do budget call at Senate. And then these 2 criteria for all budget requests must be met in order for them to be considered. All budget requests must uphold, expand, or execute the mission of ASI. It must be within the scope of uses of ASI funds. And then please see the attached, the 2 that I'm passing out right now. So that's basically like the only criteria that we follow kind of for budget call. There's no like rubric, if that makes sense. Okay, and then the budget call timeline. So the Finance Committee reviews applications next finance meeting, which will be March 11th. It'll be in room 214 in the RSU from 4 to 6. And then if we have like an overflow of too many people, because every department that applies sends a representative or 2. If there's too many people, we'll have like a waiting area in room 215. And then the next part of the timeline is Senate reviews Finance Committee recommendations and makes final decision the following Senate meeting, which is March 18th, 2026. And then after that, it still needs to get approved by President Saul Jimenez. And then after that, VPF sends final memorandums to parties awarded over the summer.
And then this is the April 9, 2025 budget call agenda. If you want to look in the drive, you're more than welcome to see last year's. I also attached it into this slideshow. Typically, when I get the recommendations from the Finance Committee, I'll group together like different departments. So I'll put, all of Department A's as 7.1 to 7.3, all of Department B's from 7.3 to 7.5, or whatever the case if they have multiple requests. And then I'll just put them right there. I'll hyperlink them to the application. That way it's just easy, like normally, that we can click on it and see their application. But yeah, that will be made available. I always post the agendas Friday at 4 p.m. So it'll be in the drive Friday at 4 p.m. You can go ahead and review it ahead of time, and then if you have any questions, you can come with questions to the meeting, and all of the presenters will come to the podium. They'll talk about their budget call request, and then you can amend it. You can amend the proposal if you'd like. You can deny, approve, whatever you see fit, and we'll go through the agenda like normal.
So our budget for this year increased twice the amount from last year. Last year was $70K, so our budget for this year for call is from 110 to 140,000, and we'll have, like, in the finance committee, we'll talk about it further, and then we'll do like a set number once like we're in budget call, but that's like our numbers for now. And then I'm gonna pass out, I didn't want to print so many papers, so I'll just do like one per like here. This is an application from last year, and just so you guys kind of see how it looks. But essentially it looks very similar to our club boosters, like I don't know if you guys ever seen our club booster applications or any of that. It's very similar. And I'll just let you guys have a look at that. I ran out. Okay, essentially it just asks for like if you're looking at it, it asks for what the event is or what the money is going towards, and then they're like apart from the application, they're allowed to include supplemental materials, so like more breakdowns, spreadsheets, and all that type of jazz. Okay, that's like a brief overview of what budget call is, what how departments can like apply for them. If you guys have any questions.
So this is departments, not clubs?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And how are the departments getting information about this? Are they already aware of everything that we just talked about?
Yes, so we have an Instagram post on our Instagram, and then I emailed about every dean and then a bunch of like sub departments that would that fall under like providing for students or like any education direction.
I think historically too, a lot of departments kind of know, similar to like IRA, everybody knows it happens in the spring, and then there's usually the late call, kind of like tradition. So typically departments kind of traditionally like know to apply for budget call during this time. We do have the Instagram post, and then if you have any departments that you know might need funding, please encourage them to apply. That application is open until Sunday night.
I'm pretty sure I've asked this like 5 times, but IRA versus budget call, how do those get like separated out? Like,
Yeah, I can talk about IRA. So IRA isn't through, it's a different fee, and it's through the Academic Resource Office, and it's like 1.2 million for the year. And that's also like, the mission is for students, but ASI's involvement in that is as ASI president, I chair it, and then I appoint 4 students to a committee with other 4 who are not ASI, who are not students. And so that's another application, but this one is specific because it's from our budget, and it's to help budget deficit on campus for the next year also. So they're similar in the sense of it's a different pot of money that departments can apply for to help students with for the next year, but one is through a different fee while the other one is directly from ASI's budget.
okay, would it be better to apply for one over another, or do they both fund the same types of things?
I think it depends on what it would be, what the situation would be. So if it's like travel, for example, conferences, IRA specifically is like travel IRA, would be a lot more beneficial. But if it's like a health wellness machine, funding the items in there, then budget calls more likely for that.
Okay. Thank you.
Any additional questions? Thank you. And then if any questions come up before the next Senate meeting about budget call, just please reach out. And then we'll be moving on to item 7.4, Spring Break Food Initiative Funding Proposal. The Student Senate will deliberate and take action to approve or deny President Saleh and Senator Armstrong's proposal to allocate up to $9,400 to provide meals and food support for 200 or more residents during spring break when university dining is closed and on-campus food options are limited. If approved, ASI staff will distribute the food items throughout the week during regular office operations. The Student Senate has allocated 15 minutes for this item, and the floor is yours.
Sorry, I'm trying to open it. Can everyone hear me? Okay. So this is kind of like a historical initiative for a few years now, and the information is on there, but for a few years now, ASI has been collaborating with Housing and Dining to provide students who stay at the dorm during spring break with food because everything is closed, the dining hall included. So they don't have any access to food or anything of that sort here, and a lot of them, if they're staying here over spring break, they don't have the car to go back home or to drive home. And so, kind of just giving a breakdown is last year's, the ASI before that, last year approved $10,000 to open all the spaces in the RSC, or it was the Habit and Taco Bell, to open the 2 spaces during spring break, and they gave students a $10 voucher card. $10 is not a meal, and it cost a lot for the labor of the students because it was like double the cost during spring break, specifically with the contract with dining. And so me and Jeffrey talked about it, and we wanted to bring back an initiative that was done previously, which is like just providing the food at the atrium for the students. And so after speaking with dining, if you scroll down there, it specifies what it is. Luis, before he went to Japan, did a bunch of food waivers. We're gonna do like Popeyes, Dollhouse. They did not approve the food waivers, so we're going through dining, except for the one day that it's Cesar Chavez Day. But it's about $9,400 to fund food, lunch, and snack platter all throughout the week for over 200 students. And Jeffrey can talk a little bit more about the food items on it.
Yeah, so just a little bit of a breakdown about the food items. It's going to be about $7,050 for it. And with the snack platter, it's going to have like mac and cheese, chips, and other type of snacks and stuff like that that they can go. And that'll be around like $2,100 for that. And yeah, that's pretty much.
Any questions?
Senator Martinez?
So dining would be the one like serving the food to students, or still us?
No, I should have edited the item was submitted like the description before we figured out dining wasn't going to approve the waivers, but they're going to package it and they're going to drop it off in the conference room in the atrium, and the students can grab it and go.
Got you. And you know how many students that feeds individually?
So the quotes and everything of that sort is to feed a little over 200 students.
Okay. And then, do you know the hours in which students can go and grab the food?
It'll be the meal itself will be during lunchtime, but if there's leftovers, it'll stay there. And snacks is throughout the day, throughout the week.
Okay. Thank you.
Any additional questions? Senator Seddy?
Do we know how many students did you survey, or like how many students plan to stay, or I'm just curious, like how did we get to 200?
Yeah, so the director of housing, Aaron Boley, gave me that number, and so that's the estimate they tend to have, or that they're going to have this year.
And then they'll be like checking people in and out with their IDs and whatnot?
I believe so. I don't know if we'll make them give their IDs, but we're gonna tell them that it's happening then and there, and then they're gonna go, and we're gonna do. It's at 200, but we're gonna have a little bit over just in case if there's like any unhoused students near campus that would like to come and get a meal.
Okay, thank you.
Senator Martinez?
Yeah, I'll just add to that comment, or I'll just add a comment. I worked as an RA for housing, and yeah, that was about how much would actually like stay at the dorms, because most students do end up leaving for break. And so what usually tends to happen is the ones who end up staying on campus, they actually do have the exact number of students. So yeah, if you guys checked with housing, then I'm assuming that number is accurate, correct? Okay.
Yeah, I emailed and went there because I wasn't getting a response, but I got the number.
Any additional questions? If there's no other questions, we'll now open the floor for motions on this item. Senator Seddy?
Move to vote.
Move to vote.
Motion to vote.
Motion to approve or deny, or vote on the motion? Okay. Motion to approve. Is there a second for the motion? Senator Gradillo? Okay. The motion to approve has been motioned and seconded. Are there any competing motions? Okay. We'll go ahead and do a roll call vote for this to approve. Senator Armstrong?
Yes.
Senator Kimley?
Yes.
Senator Gradillo?
Yes.
Senator Chavanian?
Yes.
Senator Guzman?
Yes.
Senator Hazan?
Yes.
Senator Hernandez?
Yes.
Senator Martinez?
Yes.
Senator Marcos?
Yes.
Senator Anellis?
Yes.
Senator Pierce?
Yes.
Senator Rivera?
Yes.
Senator Seddy?
Yes.
Senator Singh?
Yes.
Senator Ving?
Yes.
With the unanimous yes count vote, the motion passes.
Thank you.
We'll now be moving on to approval of the consent calendars. Moving on to action item 7.5, ASI President Soleil will present the consent calendar containing all proposed ASI committee appointments. The Student Senate shall vote to affirm or deny these appointments. The Student Senate has reserved 5 minutes for this item, and I'll.
Yeah, that's my consent calendar. I guess we could talk about the committee appointment for finance. We're gonna have temporary appointments for budget call from senators and Executive Danielle, Allison and Giselle. Freddie will reach out more to you guys. You guys can reject it if you'd like, but he'll reach out more to you guys about it. This is due to the fact that there wasn't a lot of finance committee members. It was like 6 students on it out of 7, and the students either graduated or they stopped responding and aren't showing up. And we're also appointing more students. I know the internal committee just voted on one through email, but this is temporary for the budget call meeting so that there's enough people on there since it'll be such a big meeting. There'll be a lot of applications and there'll be demands as high, I'm sure, as $25,000. So yeah, just wanted to clarify that.
Any questions? Okay. I will now open the floor for motions. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Armstrong? Okay, is there a second? Senator Hernandez?
I second.
Okay, any discussion or debate? Any competing motions? All those in favor to approve the consent calendar, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Any abstentions? The motion to approve the consent calendar passes. We'll now be moving on to item 7.6, the financial consent calendar. ASI VPF Guzman will present the financial consent calendar containing all proposed grants. The Student Senate shall vote to affirm or deny the consent calendar.
Hey guys, so there was 2 club sport grants, one for Bulldog Women's Water Polo for $3,000, and then one for Fresno State Powerlifting for $1,500. But I added in parentheses the $3,000 because they applied last semester for the $1,500 and got approved, so now they're at their $3,000 mark, just to let you guys know. But that is it.
Are there any questions? I'll now open the floor for motions. Senator Hernandez?
Can I motion to amend the finance consent calendar to add Alpha Kappa Alpha in the amount of $3,000?
Okay, is there a second? Senator Armstrong? Any competing motions? Okay, any discussion or debate? All those in favor to approve the amendment say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Any abstentions? Okay, is there now a motion to approve or deny the amended consent calendar? Senator Hernandez?
I motion to approve the amended consent calendar.
Is there a second? Senator Carrillo?
I second.
Okay. Any discussion or debate? Any competing motions? All those in favor to approve the amended consent calendar say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Any abstentions? The motion to approve the amended consent calendar, it's a mouthful, passes. We'll now be moving on to item 8.0, second public comment. Members of the public are again invited to address the Senate on any issue related to ASI or California State University, Fresno. Each speaker is allotted up to 3 minutes. If there is any public comment, please approach the podium. Seeing and hearing none, we'll now move forward to item 9.0, reports. The first item is 9.1, executive reports, starting with President Saleh.
This is my report. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I guess something new in here is Advocacy Day. The president already mentioned it, but me and Danielle went up last Wednesday, actually, just like a lifetime ago, and we advocated with our representatives for deferred maintenance funding and to approve the governor's budget. And then something that's not on here is Susie, my amazing chief of staff, sent you guys an invite. Tomorrow at 8 a.m., the ACLU Northern Director is coming to meet with ASI, and so I wanted to extend that invitation to everyone here. It's going to be a short 30-minute meeting, maybe 45 minutes, but he just wants to hear about any concerns on campus and to just connect with student leadership here in Fresno. Me and Freddie had connected with him at a human rights event, and Alia was there too, at a human rights event not too long ago, and so that connection stayed, and he's really great. So if you guys are free, we were going to do the conference room, ASI, but we might book a room here in the RSU, but it'll be in the RSU, the details will be in there. But that's tomorrow at 8 a.m. Sorry for the late notice, we just got notice of it yesterday, actually. And I was working on the Spring Break Initiative. Thank you for passing it. Me and Jeffrey worked very hard on that. And the wellness vending machine, the second one, the location in the library that you guys approved the funding for the health one, is going to be installed this month. And so we'll do a post about that soon. But other than that, if you have any questions or concerns, please refer to my report, and I yield the rest of my time.
I have a few things on there. The executive committee passed new umbrellas for the umbrella loan initiative. So we got rain ones to refill the umbrella stations. during April showers. So during April, we'll be refilling those with a little bit more rain umbrellas, but then we also got UV sun protected umbrellas. That way during the summer season, I know Fresno heat is no joke. So we got red umbrellas, which will be a new addition to those readership boxes, and students will be able to use the sun umbrellas as well. And then the Dream Success Center campaign, we just finished filming for the Dream Success Center. And the Dream Success Center will be handing out like a pamphlet that has students' rights and resources during Dream Week. So that will be a new addition to Dream Week. We'll be handing out 1,000 different pamphlets, and then those pamphlets will also be available in the ASI office for students to pick up and learn more about the rights, resources, and CSU kind of legal advice that the Dream Center offers. And then the microwave initiative at the cupboard also got approved during executive committee. We were able to allocate a new microwave for the cupboard, so students are able to go to the cupboard and utilize that microwave after picking up their groceries or in between classes. That's a new location for them. And then tree planting, that will happen later this month, and I'll send out more details about that. But by Joyelle, there's the bus stop, and so we're planting trees to provide shading for current bulldogs and then future bulldogs, as well as the trees continue to grow. And then the Bremen Credential Student Survey. Students are currently being surveyed and getting that survey about course modality, whether they prefer in-person or online for their credential classes as they prepare to become future teachers. So we've gotten about 50 responses for that, but if you know any students in the credential program, please encourage them to take the survey. And yeah, with that, I yield my time.
Okay, so my report is pretty brief, but really all I've been working on currently is the budget call organization. So I've been filing things into their respective folders for the budget call for finance committee and then for Senate. So I've been working on that, and then I finished doing the finance training. Like I redid the whole presentation and then upgraded the new forms that we have. So I've been doing that, but with that, I yield my time.
Hi everyone. So last week, Advocacy Day, we also were advocating on behalf of AB 736 and SB 417, which are housing bonds, and which will increase the amount of affordable housing, and we're hoping that the CSU will be included in these bonds. And then that was literally just last week. But another thing, meeting with Bakersfield ASI this Friday to discuss we want to write a resolution for our campus, but also maybe one for CCA on executive pay compensation, and then just planning for chess. So preparing all of our materials to start lobbying for chess in just like 2 weeks now. And then just a reminder that the travel grant, the ASI travel grant, is still open for applications, and there still is funds available. So tell people you know that they can apply for conference funds. But I think that about covers it. So I will yield my time.
What's going on, everybody? I appreciate y'all for passing the Spring Break Initiative. Thank you, President Soleil, for reading all the residents in the dorms. Right now, what I've been working on is still the Jim Crow proposal. We already have all the sheets done, so we're going to just give them out to the different departments. Essential needs, student coverage, and the atrium, and the welcome center. Those will be the ones where they can go and pick up the free detergent samples. And then I talked to Michelle at Student Housing. We're gonna try to have a tabling event over there by either the atrium or the dining hall. That'll probably be next Wednesday from 11:30 to 1:30. And then it'll be just a place where everybody can come and write about what they give a sheet about. So if anybody wants to do that, I'll send an email for that one. And then other than that, I will.
Hi everyone. So I just wanted to thank the execs for approving my Kevin patio revamp proposal. So we'll be working on that and getting the furniture ordered. And then the Kevin Leadership Council met last week, and we're almost done working on the emergency substitute teaching permit for prospective teachers. I know it's long. Workshop. And then I have been working on the upcoming teaching credential completer ceremony supplies baskets. And with that, I yield my time.
Let's see. So last Friday, Adia and I, we had a meeting with parent scholars, just regarding Easter and like things that like we as like ASI could do. And they said that on April 1st, I already sound a little weird, but they said on April 1st they're having like a little like Easter thing. And so for that, it's basically like these different resources, like they can come and table, and it's basically like a fun day, like where the parents can bring their kids on campus. It's supposed to be like a little like Easter like festival kind of thing. And so I was thinking about like partnering with them and possibly doing something on that day. Just like another resource, like where parents also like know about us, and just so that they know like we are here for them. And if they ever need anything, just try to get ASI more out there. I was really hoping that they'd be here today because they're such a great resource here on campus, and I do feel like that everybody should know about them. They're very nice, they're very sweet. So yeah, I'm just working on that, like a little, possibly like a little game table, and also possibly like a little resource table, like that our parent scholars like could know more about ASI. But yeah, so I've been working on that. With that, I give my time.
Hi everyone. Recently I've been working on some marketing for our shuttle service, including an interview with the Collegian to kind of get it out that way, marketing wise. I've been working on the legal committee. If there's any changes anybody wants to see, feel free to email me, message me, and we can discuss it in legal. I don't have any other updates. For any questions, please refer to my report. And with that, I yield my time.
Hey guys, so me and my committee are working for the library prayer room. I don't know if you guys have been there, but it's kind of scary in there. It's like, it needs a little bit of love. So we're thinking about maybe collaborating with like the art department and having students like do like art, like paintings, and then like kind of do like a contest of like who has the best painting. I don't know, it's still in the works. But we want to like include the art students and like have them do art paintings, and then like the ones that are voted yes, like we put them in the walls. Yeah, maybe something like that. But if you guys have ideas, like please let us know. And I think that's all I'm working on right now. And then just like some collabs, possibly. And I got my time.
Hi everyone. I feel like I've been talking about the lounge for like 30,000 years. Hopefully next week I'll get a quote, and then with that will be more progress. As of right now, it's just in the air because facilities. Currently what I have in the works is the emergency safety whistles. Those are part of like a broader advocacy effort for Dream Week, so that students can have access to a whistle and know who to call in case immigration officials are on campus. That will be a project that might turn into like all hands on deck, so I'll be sending out a meeting invite on a Friday. If you guys have time and you needed some hours, we'll be like putting together the little cards that have the information material, and then hooking it up to the whistle, and then those will be distributed during Dream Week or just throughout the rest of the semester. That's currently what I'm working on, and then of course graduation is around the corner. So another project I'm working on is just more like a short little initiative so that CHHS graduates have a free stole, because we know that graduation is expensive. You have to apply to graduate, like what? So another expense that we can cover for them would be great for them. So that's all I'm working on for now. But with that, I yield my time.
Hi everyone. I'll try to keep my report pretty short. I'm continuing to work on the DPR project with the Transfer Success Center with Erica. We're focusing on getting advisors to be there for transfer students. It's been really surprising how majority of them don't even know how to log into the Fresno State portal. So yeah, that's been in the works. Also, March 26th, if you guys want to come out and support the Women's Veterans March, the focus is to honor and uplift women veterans of recognition and community on campus. So March 26th, you guys are more than welcome to come show support. And then also a resource fair project that I'm working on. It's still in the works. I'm trying to see what departments I can get out there. I know it's close to a lot of different events that will be happening on campus, so we'll see how that goes. But for that, I yield my time.
Hey guys, so if you guys have seen my post, I have been promoting the Pride Cleanup event. Yay, it's happening March 13th. It's gonna be really fun. We have free food that day, free t-shirts, and it's gonna be really cool. Last year we had 70 students. This year we're aiming for 80. So far we have 41 signups, so hooray. But yeah, if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna be posting a pretty funny reel about it soon. So if you guys see it, if you don't mind reposting it on your accounts, that'd be great. And it's open, I know it's like a Craig cleanup event, but it is open to all students, so not just Craig School business students. And yeah, I have a couple ideas of other events I want to do with the rest of my funds. So if you get a message from me, don't be surprised. And any questions or collaborations, please refer to my report. With that, I yield my time.
Currently working on another Greek social event with a tentative date on the 19th of this month in the RMCU. It's gonna have ice cream and various, I guess, amenities like sprinkles and whatnot. Beyond Greek-related students, it's really open for anyone. So if you guys want to come out, be highly appreciative, and that I give my time.
Hi everyone. So I contacted the dean for cost, and she agreed to doing the resource fair in the quad area. I just need to get the quad area reserved, and I'm also going to be contacting like student organizations and clubs and seeing if they're able to make it on April 15th. Along with that, JEDA committee has also been trying to receive responses to see like what students want to see on campus, and so there's going to be a QR code in the office now, and me and Daisy just did a tabling event today to see if we could get some responses. There wasn't that many, so we're hoping to get more, and with that, you might take.
Hey guys, next week is National Ag Week, so it's the full week, but I wanted to invite you guys out to Thursday. It's going to be from 11 to 2 in the SSU. It has Mechanical Bull, the free Dutch Truck Club Fair, and there's going to be a pretty big raffle item full of Gibson Marking goodies, and then we're engraving a Stanley. Me and my team created like a cattle brand for Fresno State that's going to be laser engraved on it. So I'd love to see you guys there. And I'm also working with the mechanics department of JCAS to build new tables in the Ag Quad. They're kind of a safety hazard right now, so we're hoping to get new ones rebuilt. With that, I yield my time.
Hi everyone. I'm not sure if I mentioned it last meeting, but my event is going to be on March 25th. It's going to be karaoke in the bucket. Please show up. Please karaoke. You guys are in ASI, so I'm fortunate to actually karaoke to break the ice for everybody else. So get ready for that. There will be actual gift cards being handed out for like Dutch and hopefully some gas cards. But I'm just finalizing like the monetary part of it. But yeah, please show up. With that, I yield my time.
Hi, I haven't been up to too much. So I've been working with Peach Blossom to figure out their funding for that coming up. I don't know if you guys know about that, but I think it's like next week or the week after. You're about to see a bunch of little kids on campus everywhere, so have fun with that. Hopefully this year we don't lose any. So yeah, they didn't get any funding from IRA this last round, so I'm trying to figure out ways to help them get funding. And yeah, other than that, just kind of following up on stuff from last meeting and trying to figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of my semester. So with that, I yield my time.
Hey guys, so last week we had the National Engineers Week, and that went surprisingly well because we could do the Spring Club Fair, and then we also had the Battle of the Engineers, which went well too. And today we had the monthly Officers Council meeting, and I was also able to have Mars and Nard join me for that meeting so that they could provide some more information about IRA and then the ASI club grants and everything. And right now I'm looking forward to having a few other industry join us like PG&E. So we have a presentation tomorrow, and then we have a couple other companies coming in because since summer internships are opening up, so we're trying to get these industries to come in to the Law School of Engineering so that they can pick up students from there itself. And apart from that, let's see, we also have, we're inviting other alumni from each and every field in engineering to come in and give the students a talk about how the industry looks like. And for further updates, just refer to my report and I give my time.
Hi everyone, so I've been inspired by Marius with the microwave proposal, so I'm drafting it up for the science buildings. I know that in the past we had a senator, she provided one for Science 1, but then I heard that it's broken, so I want to replace that one and then place one in the Science 2 lobby, so I'm working on that. And then I finally got an okay for making sticker designs for CSM, so we're thinking of putting the Fresnosaurus on it. I think it might be cute. And then I'm also thinking of doing a CSM stool giveaway, probably just like 10 or so because the previous senator did it, so
Senders for your report. We would now open the floor for item 9.3 staff reports. However, operations manager Lissa's sick right now, so he was unable to join us. Luis is in Japan until March 16th, and so please place any events you guys have on Diana's calendar and send her an invite, and then she can coordinate if you guys want any pictures at your events. She can help take pictures or post on like Instagram and social media. She manages our ASI Instagram, so that's another avenue. But please just let Diana know of your events if you have any coming up. But with that being said, we'll now move forward to item 10.0, adjournment. Does any member have any further business before we adjourn this meeting? Seeing none, I'll open the floor for motions on adjournment. There is now Senator Singh.
I motion to adjourn this meeting.
Is there a second? Senator Hernandez? Okay, any competing motion? Any discussion or debate? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any abstentions? Any noes? Okay, we'll now vote on the motion. The motion to adjourn passes. I adjourn this meeting of the ASI Student Senate meeting on Wednesday, March 4th, 2026 at 5:06. As always, go Dogs.